Our next special guest, and he and his wife, India, are in this picture, and I'm told this is the first picture ever taken of the two of you?
Very first picture of the two of us. She looks the same. I have not held up my end of the bargain, I'll be very honest with you, but that was spring of 1996, back before there were cameras or phones. That is a printed picture. That's the two of us, maybe a month or two in, and that's the very first picture of us. We've been together 28, married 23.
And you have a lovely daughter.
Yes, and we'll see her picture at the end.
All right, now
yes.
I have a trivia question for you.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Ask the question now.
Yes, sir.
You can feel free to answer. I'm going to give the correct answer at the end of the show.
Okay.
Could be the answer you give. It may not be. Who knows?
See what we got.
How many flowers are sold on Valentine's Day?
Oh my word!
Is it 400 million, 250 million, 300 million, or 500 million?
Wow. I would have to say 400. The 400 one.
400 million
would be my pick. But
at the end of our presentation, I will announce the answer.
Those are big numbers.
Now, sir, GP66, they only make one product.
That's it, sir.
The family that makes this, and tonight we're bringing you a gallon size of the concentrate and an empty spray bottle. You can use this full strength, and boy, does it do the job.
It does, and so, you know, David, as you know, for years you and I presented this in a 2-bottle set, right? And wildly popular, you know, millions of bottles sold. But then a couple years ago, we started the process of saying, okay, because you've been so good to us as viewers and consumers, let's do a 3-bottle set once a year, right?
Right.
And that was wildly popular as well. Now, I feel like we've graduated to Chaz Dean, Wen category. We're a gallon jug now in the ultimate, you know, value.
Now, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a full gallon container and an empty spray bottle. This full gallon container will not make 1 spray bottle, will not make 2, or even 3. It makes 4.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is extraordinary. Now, this has been on the air a handful of times since you and I debuted it on the 11th of January.
Sir.
15,500 sets have been ordered.
Sure.
I only have 3,400 left.
Goodness.
So to say this is well over half gone is an understatement. All right? Now, when everything else has failed, this may be your answer. GP66 can cut through just about anything.
It can, because look right here. This is something where we burnt this mess on with a blowtorch because we wanted to make it as nasty as possible. I am not touching this with a brush or a rag or anything. And you can see right away, before we get to anything else, how it is quite literally breaking down all of that at the molecular level. This is the inside of a lot of people's oven doors, and even here on the glass. And you see, and I know it looks a little bit messy, but I will tell you, it does the job, because you know what the oven cleaners look like, you know what they smell like, you know what's in them. When you have GP66, you are just getting the job done, David, and it is almost no smell, and it is effective.
Have you ever seen an oven cleaner with a skull and crossbones on it? And they tell you to wear a mask before you use it? Now, this is extraordinary stuff. Now, I'm not saying that your oven door looks this bad. If it looks this bad, we need to have a separate conversation. But this is extraordinary. Here, let's wipe that clean.
Yes, sir.
And you've got permanent marker, and you're going to draw on ceramic tile?
I'm going to write here, I'm just going to write, if I can do this upside down, love, David Venable. All right.
That's nice.
So here we go. But here's what's really great about GP66. Watch what happens as I start spraying it. I have not touched this quote-unquote permanent marker.
It's separating the marker from the surface.
It literally is breaking it down at the molecular level. So already you've seen blowtorched on mess. Now you're seeing a permanent marker. And I'll just run this here with the rag. We'll clean this right up. There's that white. Tiles all good, and then even down here where that kind of went through, there is nothing there. That's the power of GP66.
So if you've got a long-standing stain, whether it be grease or not, and you've not tried GP66, you have not tried everything. Now, a lot of us have tile floors at home. A lot of us have this kind of oven door, or you've got cabinet doors in your kitchen. Now, as much as we'd like to believe that grease only settles on horizontal surfaces, it does not.
Yes, sir.
It attaches itself to anything it can attach.
That's right.
Now, if someone walks into your home and says, oh, did you have fish tonight? 3 days ago, but thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we don't want to do is have any of that residual odor around the house, and sometimes it hides in grease stains.
It does, and you said the odors, the film that builds up, especially on dark cabinets. That's where the devil's playground is. All that film builds up and you don't realize it. So when we come back from video, I want to show you what I want you to do when you get this home.
And before we go to the cabinet door, this rag is white.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing on this rag.
You can spray it right on your cabinets with no worries, or you can spray it on the rag. Either way, but what I want you to do is do this sort of white cloth test. especially if you have dark cabinets. Run it over, okay? And David, as you know, we've done this demonstration a lot. You know, you're looking at this, you're thinking to yourself, sure it looks clean, Scott, because you just put a shiny substance on it, right? No, that's
what was hiding on the cabinet door.
The grease, the grime, the
Now,
odors.
when you do this to your own cabinet door, you're going to be like disgusted. And you're going to be like, that was hiding on my cabinet door? It sure was.
Yeah.
And along with that grease came the odors of whatever you cooked that day. Now, let me show you what you're going to get, because since we debuted this on the 11th of January,
Yes, sir.
we have taken orders for already 900 in this show. That means we have about 3,100 left in this pack up.
Yeah.
Now, what you're going to get when you order this will be 1 full gallon container and 1 empty spray bottle. There's enough in that gallon container to make 1, 2, 3, 4 spray bottles of GP.
Yeah, it's 32-ounce spray bottles times 4 is 128 ounces. I know it doesn't look it. It looks like an optical illusion. It isn't. You get all 4 bottles. It's the most we've ever
You know
offered.
what is also exciting about tonight? Reduced shipping and handling. We're going to save you a couple more bucks on reduced shipping and handling. So you're saving money on one of the best cleaners I think you can buy. I call it GP. We're on a first name basis. So GP is going to do the job where other stain removers have failed. You're trying to get the yuck out of an old sink, maybe an old farmhouse sink. You're trying to get the shine back on your chrome fixtures. This may be the way to go about it, because GP is powerful, but not so powerful that it's going to stain or scratch.
Here's what I like about it too. When you get the gallon jug, you're getting a little extra, so you can do some extra things around the house. This is a degreaser and degrimer. What's the main clogger of drains?
Grease.
Grease, right? So pour this down as a pre-treater. I'm not saying if you have a jam-packed drain, it's going to unclog it, but if you pour a little bit extra down, help start breaking up that grease, the grime. Run some hot water down, use it as a pre-treater.
Here's a story I love to tell. I was home in North Carolina visiting my mom. My brother and I were in the we were in the dining room, and we were finishing up breakfast. And Mom came out of the kitchen. She'd been cleaning, and she had a bottle of cleaner under her arm. I said, sweetie, what is that under your arm? She said, oh, it's GP66. I have a glass stovetop. It's the only thing that gets the burn rings off my glass stovetop.
Yeah.
I said, honey, why didn't you call me? I would have ordered this for you. She said, I don't want to bother you. And so this is...
And real quick, Miss Sarah, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
You
Valentine's
are my
Day
favorite
to my
North
sweet mother.
Carolinian.
I talked to
Happy
her
Valentine's
today.
Day. Good,
and Mom
good.
is doing great. And
Good.
so this is extraordinary stuff. Mom uses it. Everybody is using it. Now, this is hardwood floor. What did you stain your hardwood floor with?
Well, what I love here is this is a Campanelli mop, best microfiber mop out there, right? And they made some ones with white heads for them. So you see, that's white. As you look at this hardwood floor, I put some GP66 on it. It doesn't look like there's anything on there, right? So as I go over this, you say to yourself, all right, Scott, sure, it's shinier, but it's going to be shinier because of the GP66. Well, you know what? That right there. That's the hidden dirt, the grime, the mess, the grease when you cook and it gets on the bottom of your feet. That's the stuff that's on the bottom of everything. That's the stuff GP66
When
takes
it
out.
snows and they dump salt and slag on the street, the sidewalk, and the driveway, and you step in it, you track it in your house.
That's right.
And you don't understand why your hardwood floors and your tile floors look dull and uninviting until you use GP66 on it, and the whole game has changed then. I will tell you, this stuff works like a charm. I use it in my own home. My mom uses it in her home. Everybody I know uses GP. Now, I have an update for you. We started the show with about 4,000 of these. Only 2,000 left, all right? So half of what we started with. I have 1,000 people who are on the phone lines. You're getting a gallon container and an empty spray bottle. There is enough in this gallon container to make 1, 2, 3, 4 bottles of GP66. This is what, and use it full strength. You can dilute it with water if you want to, but why would you need to when full strength is recommended?
That's exactly
It's not
right.
going to hurt your services. It's going to clean your services. Now, what will you show us next?
So you saw me working on carpet. So here's what I love about GP66. You've already seen an oven door, tile, a keyboard, a cabinet, a sink, all different texture surfaces. This is the original color of the carpet. These are not suds. We soak this in mud, soy sauce, brown gravy, and coffee, breaks it down, brings that carpet back to life. But then just as quickly, this is my wife. So you just saw the picture of, this is her boot, her snow boot. We just had snow the other day. Here's the mud, the grime, all that mess. But it's a 3-part. There's sort of a vinyl, a suede, and maybe like a leatherish type thing there. Well, guess what? Before I even scrub it, David, it is breaking the mud, the grime, all of that down. I have no worries whatsoever, and I can clean that right up with the GP66.
All right, sir, we have only 1,800 left of these to go around. They're going very, very quickly. So if you need to buy more than one, go ahead and buy more than one. I have, oh, is this your daughter?
This is, sorry, I got to sneak it in. The most important thing in the world to me is my daughter. As you know, she's a junior, University of Maryland, field hockey player. It's my absolute favorite picture of her. I love her so very much.
First name is?
Carly Hines.
Carly Hines.
Yep.
Now, I've got a question for you. How many
sir.
flowers are sold on Valentine's Day?
I thought the 400,000.
Is it 400,000, 250, oh, excuse me, 400 million, 250 million, 300 million, or 500 million? And you said 400 million.
Yes.
The correct answer is 250 million.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's still
So
a ton.
study up.
All right.
And I hope you bought your girls some flowers today.
Happy Valentine's to you
All
and that
right.
beautiful Miss Sarah.
And let's check in with Chelsea Phillips Reed. That's her real name. And she's